In the contemporary era, everything is temporary, although some things never change. Here, reality is about change. A man ought to be capable of managing himself regardless of the circumstances. Every man needs certain abilities to know of the era we are in. A few individuals will view this. They consider to themselves that it's harmful. It is understandable that we are afflicted by a pandemic of frail men. They have been led to believe by brainwashing that both genders are equal. Hello and welcome to KYC. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. In this video, we'll go over 6 talents each. The first thing a guy needs to master in life, knowing how to combat it, is irrelevant. If you are a doctor, a business person, or if you don't know how to fight, be a comic, you lack manliness by engaging in fights or street brawls, which everyone dislikes. Should not, but that does not imply fundamental. Avoid using your combat talents. Let's discuss a scenario that could occur to you. Might eventually go for a walk on the street. While you're with your wife, a man passes by, and what would you do if she slapped her on the butt? You can't rely on anyone in this circumstance. On phoning the police as a result of you not to wait around for them to arrive, you can choose to disregard it utterly, but you would forfeit your respect for women, and your own self-respect should not be compromised by anyone. They touch the individuals you care about, and with no negative effects. It would surprise you just how many males there if the current era were to reject the scenario and make an effort to justify why none of your actions were taken by them. Protecting women is one of a man's duties. Individuals who disregard a situation like this you have given up your own integrity, and having abandoned your protective position. If you pay attention, never start a battle. It's inevitable, but you might discover yourself in a circumstance where you'll be forced to defend yourself as a result. You should be aware of how to prepare a tasty knuckle sandwich, and as soon as possible by hurling a knockout strike to disarm your opponent. A couple fakes before he lets his guard down. Deliver a strong straight punch too. However, if you do it, his chin will light up. Erroneous, you'll do more harm on yourself. Therefore, don't deceive yourself and pretend to be a fighter, but learn how to combat. Number 2, the capacity for directly diffuse tensions. Using this ability in addition to understanding how to fight regardless of how powerful or skilled you might be skilled at fighting. You should use diplomatic and stern methods, inducing calm in an escalating situation. Mastering the art of simmering rage, being able to break up or break down a fight, equivalent to when all the male gorillas cease their mischief. When the dominant male gorilla strolls and the male gorilla can fend off rival males. Line due to who he is, and his capacity to conflict can only be truly mastered by the individual who is also perilous. Therefore, understanding how to fight and the capacity for conflict resolution walk hand in hand 3 times and have a have. You ever noticed a strong presence? Some males have a commanding presence. When this man enters the room, presence that even without a room, he commands respect. What if I told you it's without uttering a word? Not a special talent these men possess, but in actuality, it's a talent that you've realized that this presence is a collection of numerous little items, habits that a strong man must possess. A solid handshake and eye contact when you converse with them, and accompany them when you make eye contact with. Bare your chest, you nod your head at another man, recognize that they are correct. A learned behavior and skill is charisma. To be developed in a manner similar to that we practiced or learned how to walk when learning a new language. Vocabulary, I'll say it now. a lot of guys are posers. These things, and nobody can make them function, perceives the man who squeezes as a faker the hand as forcefully as possible, or he steers you try to frighten others, look them in the eyes. The greatest way to is not to be this man. Learning this skill is to surround oneself with take a peek at what actual men are learning. This may be your own father based on them. A male mentor you have, or men like males from a fighting club that you know. Fighters are frequently the most polite people and calm guys, but they have authority. Number 1, be respectful and well-mannered. For the capacity for deep critical thought to reflect carefully on a variety of issues will enable you to improve greatly. Conversator will additionally provide for you the ability to think more clearly. General standard of living and improvement decisions are a crucial first step. Thinking is considering multiple options. Viewpoint. As I always say about this, don't believe everything you hear on the don't believe all you've been told either. You believe you understand how difficult it is to done, but you must engage in critical thinking to put aside personal biases and opinions the door and embrace further details. Just because you always have putting something in a certain way doesn't mean it's appropriate to ask you a question. Be open to new ideas and concepts. Taking into account various viewpoints and the truthfulness of other claims, you possibly learn something new about numbers. 5 ways to manage your finances wisely. The worst letdown in education. Colleges and universities are lacking the most common financial education we receive. Men live their lives with no idea of how to manage money effectively and create good financial choices and self-imposed restrictions. We are raised for financial freedom. To think that you must be employed where your only income is a wage. Therefore, if you can begin adjusting once you adopt a financial attitude, you can making improvements. A well-known several folks were benefited by a finance book. And compel people to view currency from a rich dad poor presents a distinct viewpoint. Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Begin your education as soon as you can about money. This is a necessary trait for life. Number 6, learn how to control your stress. Manage your stress for greater life achievement. Are closely related to the panicking man and breaks down under strain will never outperform someone who is capable. Keep your head and use critical thinking. When conditions are tough, stress can you will receive everyone's life as a man. Increasing number of obligations in life, and that might lead to a lot of tension. There are tough circumstances in life. Because of our procrastination, if you are prone to procrastination or you frequently feel rusty and uninspired, chances are you trying to catch up. Avoid taking action by writing all the tasks you must complete, and simply the act of writing out a deadline. Can you remove it from your list? And reduce your stress levels. Examine the list and choose which items, any work that is urgent and necessary your attention until it is finished prior to moving on to the following most crucial item shortly on your list will perform duties in a proactive manner rather than one that is stressed out and reacting. Both men and women should strive to be stronger. Yet men are pardoned for being unable to cope with the pressure. Men hold the responsibility of govern as a man, as that is what you must. Capable of handling the pressure. Don't if you want to complain. This channel can help you get more resilient during life. Additionally, if you wish to advance don't forget to give love by clicking like and subscribe up until then. And thank you for watching.